Okay, so as I'm waiting for the pre-shading to dry, I actually now want to start working on the white, on some of the smaller color parts to get that out of the way, and began reviewing more scenes, actually the same scenes over and over of the Bawoo during its battle with the Rizal in episode 7 of Unicorn. There are some parts that showed a little white here and there, little details, and I said to myself, you know what, some of them should be white while others should not. So I had to make some choices, some hard choices right now to figure out what I'm going to use. Now I've already have white in the jar here, ready to go. If you want to know which one it is, I'm using MS White. I'm going to give it a little mix. Gave it a good 50-50 ratio. Need to make sure it came out good. Good. And I think the best thing we do is we work on this guy, because I'm going to need to, like I said, paint it white. Let's try that now. Don't want to oversaturate this. Actually, oversaturating white is probably what I need to do, but I want to make sure that it doesn't, you know, fall on this like, or spray on this like if it's too watery, too liquidy, you could say. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. I just want to get a nice coat on this first, and then later on, that's good. You see right there. Later on, I'm going to top coat it, make sure it's well protected before I apply the enamel black. Alright, so let's do the trim. The inside I'm not going to spray too much. I'm going to leave it as a nice shadow back there. But the outside will definitely have a... Actually, I'm going to try something here. Since I've been pre-shading all these parts, let me do a slight pre-shading on this one. There we go. Now just do a light series of passes. Nice and smooth. Alright, that looks nice. Let it dry, give it a little highlight. Let's now work on this, because this all is going to be white. I was tempted to do like a silver or metallic base, but I'm not going to do that. Didn't think it was appropriate for this. There's a little yellow back there, so I'm going to definitely have to spray a little bit more. Actually, I don't have to paint the size on these two. These are the ones that goes in the back of the, the back of the torso. But these have to be painted on the side. And I think I'm going to have to remove some parts here so I can paint. They're too close together. Should have thought of that. My bad. There we go. Looks good. Since I was thinking of painting this green because I saw it green in the anime, and I think I'm going to do white. By the way, there are people out there on the internet who are already making their versions of the mass production Bawoo. It was bound to happen, of course, and you know, nobody's gonna wait for Bandai to create a P Bandai version of it. Don't really need one because I've been doing it right now. But I'm not here to steal no one's thunder. I hope somebody does a great job on their versions as well. That's good. Well, appreciating that it wouldn't hurt. But I'm hoping the red doesn't show too much. That's good. Let's do this one right here. I don't think I can do pre-shading on this one. Let me just do a standard pass. And then I'm going to see if I can get that part here. Sometimes I think they should make a laser pointer for airbrushes. That came out nice. I'm going to leave that alone for now until it dries. I will do 2 layers of this. And then let's just do 2 more before I continue on. This is the crest. Alright. Ah! Screwed it. I knew that was going to screw up. I knew that was going to screw up. Well, I mean, see what happens. If it doesn't, if doing the layers and layers doesn't cover it up, then I'm going to paint it all white. I'm not going to do black again. Shit. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to begin painting, the missiles I'm going to paint white. I'm not going to do black. But I'm just going to do a layer. Give it a nice shading look there. That's good. But I'll do another layer soon enough. Alright. So far so good. Let me continue on with this and we'll move on to the next color. Alright, so I went ahead and began painting the other colors. Example would be the black colors you see right here using Titan's 1 blue, which technically doesn't look blue, but it has a good tone and it's nice and even. So this came out okay. Maybe in the light is a bit different, but I did ones like the chest part, the wing, the booster thrusters, crotch part, the part on the chest, the head, the parts that Covers up the missiles. Little trim part there. And even though this was a brown part, which I was originally going to paint green, I thought maybe it'd probably be doing the inside of the shield, make that the Titan's blue one. It's alright. Pretty good. But for the remaining parts, I decided to go with Mr. Hot Color Gundam Colors U.N.T. MS Gray, and gave it a nice little sheen color there, as you can see. So that's done. This one came out really nice, how the beam rifle looks. But I'm thinking how I'm going to do this umbilical cord and this one here, whether I'm going to either hand paint it or spray paint it. And I may do a little bit of trimming here and there with other colors. So this is something that's work in progress. Definitely this is work in progress. And by the way, I was saying before in the reviewing the videos of the Bawoo from episode 7, that's all purple. So I have purple, the umbilicals, and I may purple that. All right? Now, the next color that I'm going to paint would be number 340, Field Green what was that? FS3409. So it's the 340. This is the darker colors. Now it's not darker. It's not a dark green. It's a darker shade of the green that I'm going to use on the remaining parts. But considering that I primed all these colors, all these parts, it should darken it up a bit. So let's try this. Alright, let's begin. Now the only thing is, I'm a little disappointed to think about this, is I didn't think of appreciating. But it is what it is. Forgot. I gotta do it this way because it's a cone-like shape at this point, and then the paint will, splash back to me. Splash damage. See? I gotta twist it a bit. I'm doing this, holding on to that part. Let me just do it this way. There we go. That's good. That's a good dark green. Excellent. Obviously, it's kind of hard to show this with without showing a comparison with another with the lighter tones. But we'll soon figure. Once I let this dry, I'll work on the next part. But let me continue on with this. I have only a few parts here, and then the next part will be painting appreciated green.